What is up, everybody? It's Dean here from iGaming, and before we jump into a Theros best of three draft, I just want to thank you all for the kind of new likes and follows that we've been getting on both YouTube and Twitch. And if you would like to see more of the content, please follow us on YouTube at iGaming and on Twitch at r_Dean. We really do appreciate it. So now let's start our. It's probably going to be our last best of three draft because I think this afternoon best of one is coming back to Arena for the ranked, replacing Guilds of Ravnica, which is good. I don't think it's been that successful for them. So let's go. Okay, so very much not the best pack for us to be opening. We've got lots of good sort of supporting cards here. So we've got the Warbriar's Blessing, which is excellent if you're in green. It's a nice little removal spell. We've got the Blight Breath, which is really good in black, just to sort of kind of sweep up the just to kind of finish the game, really. I mean, it's got that reach, and especially if you are heavy black, it can hit him for 5 or 6. Just to kind of take out a big creature and allow the rest of your creatures that are on the boards to run him. Dreadflapathy in white. This is a very good sort of removal spell. It's been going up and up in my estimations. Destiny Spinner, which is an excellent card for just 2 mana, so it's a 2/3 enchantment creature, which is great already. And then it's got two kind of little add-on abilities. I heard them described as just flavor text on podcasts during the week, due to the fact that actually a lot of the time people miss them. And that's that creature enchantment spells you control can't be countered. You know, people do miss that. And also you can just hit in out of nowhere by turning one of your lands into an elemental creature. But for me here, I'm actually going to take the Shadow Spear. It's a card that I haven't been able to play with too often, but the fact that it gives your permanents trample and lifelink can be huge game. Permanents you control lose hexproof and indestructible. Permanents your opponents control lose hexproof and indestructible until the end of turn. That can come up in against the sort of 8/8 hexproof Kraken. I think it's very rarely going to happen. But it's the trample that we're looking for there. It can also be played in any deck, so it keeps us slightly open. Here again, not too much. The rare was taken out of the pack, so we don't really have too much of a direction to go. I think though. So I'm normally a big kind of player of black. 2 okay black cards, not kind of second picks, of course. Here though, I'm going to take the Band Brawler. It's a very good removal spell, and if we can get a little bit of recursion, okay. And I'm also thinking that we're going to have some quite large creatures, and so the Shadow Spear will be great in terms of that trample. Okay, so again a so-so pack, I must say. The Singer does do work. It very much does. But the only sort of issue for me is it powerful enough to kind of really get in there and get that damage done? I'm not fully convinced, although you know, I have lost to it. I think I lost it on stream. Well, not to it, but because of it on stream a few days ago. It's something that just popped out of nowhere, kind of fizzled a combat trick, and then Oppo just kind of hit back on the crackback after a couple of turns. Although we do also have the Hydra's Growth, which we've talked about quite a lot on this stream, and how I'm quite up on it. I think, having said that, let's go for the Singer. Let's keep our kind of options open. Okay, so we've got the Band Brawler. It's a very good removal spell, and if we can get a little bit of recursion, then the Shadow Spear will be great in terms of that trample. Okay, Heliod's Punishment I don't like unless you are in that sort of mono white deck that kind of allows you to quickly go in with lots and lots of creatures. I think it's very much more successful there. So here I'm going to actually pick up a Chainweb Arachne. It's a good sort of recursion mana. Okay. And the best card here for me is the Hateful Eidolon. Nothing too much in blue except for the Omen of the Sea. Although, you know what, that card draw is nice. We might not be doing the enchantment thing, so the Wardens isn't the best pickup here. I'm gonna go for the Eidolon, and we may or may not sort of use it. Okay. Relentless Pursuit. A second Chainweb. Okay. I can get on board with that. Okay, nothing too much here. Sleep of the Dead can do a little bit of work. Although there's still options that we go into red, but I don't think we are going to. I don't think we are. So was this our pack 1? If it was, very disappointing. Triumphant Surge in case we do play white. Nyxborn Colossus. So maybe we are just going for kind of big creatures here. Taking the wings, it's nice just to kind of get in that damage. I mean, sticking the wings on the Nyxborn, it's decent game. Again, not thrilled with any of these cards. Grab the familiar. Sentinel's Eyes for white, and Triumph is not what people like to play. Okay, so it is rare, but Oppo does get a lot of value from it. I mean, again, it's got a good interaction with the wings. What else do we have? We have the Venomous Hierophant, or the Omen of the Forge, Nylea's Forerunner. Let's grab it as a 5-drop. Okay. So I think this is the sort of point where we need to start thinking about that second colour. We don't have any sort of auras going on yet, which you know isn't the best for us. We don't need them, of course. Elspeth's Nightmare. It's really weird in that sometimes it can be exceptional, but sometimes it just kind of fizzles. The Warden of the Chained is nice. It kind of looks nice in a big kind of deck like this, but we don't know where we're going with that yet. I think I might just grab the Elspeth's Nightmare. But instantly we see that actually that may not have been the right decision. Are we pivoting into a white green deck? We could be, or the red green deck. I think we've seen equal number. Let's take the Dawn of Angel. Okay, so definitely green. The Typhon is a great card, but here we've got to go for Renata. So we solidify ourselves in green, and then it's just kind of, I guess, here about keeping our options open. I mean, the Annex of the Hardened Forge is a very good card. We've got lots of big creatures, so I'm happy to pick up a Beetle here. Okay, so now we need to start to think: do we go big, or do we kind of just keep our options open still? I mean, the Dream Shaper Shaman, sacrifice a non-land opponent if you do, to reveal a non-land opponent card you put on the battlefield. I've not been too impressed with this. Has anybody been impressed with this card, or is it just is it just kind of really too slow? Is it just kind of really too slow to actually get working properly? Yeah, I think I'm going to grab the Hierophant. Okay. See, we're kind of torn between black and red as our secondary colour. Not too big on the Cyclops. It oftentimes doesn't do anything really. Could take an early skirmisher, but again, it's just not a good card. I don't think. Okay. Here, escape velocity. No. Let's go for the Grove Dancer. Okay. So, out of these two, the Soul Reaper is the better card. But then we get kind of torn back into red a little bit. Okay, so minions return. We've been through this a few times. Not too big on it, I don't think. Both of these cards are meh. Temple Thief probably over it. Portent of Betrayal. Okay. So we're definitely in green. Mantle of the Wolf. Creature gets +4/+4, and when it's put into the graveyard from the battlefield, create 2 wolf creature tokens. It's an all-round good card, I think. Especially when we compare it to the rest of the cards in the pack, which, other than kind of Dreadful Apathy and potentially the Wave Rider, they're just not what we're looking for here. So happy to pick up Mantle of the Wolf. Okay, so we have the opportunity of a second annex, but I think here the Destiny Spinner and kind of really do, if we really lean into green, okay, we might be good here. I think we're not playing blue, and I also think we're not playing white. So it's either black or red. Blood Aspirant is a nice card, but we're not really going to be kind of sacrificing anything. So we can sacrifice the wings, but other than that, you know, we're kind of going to be creature focused, I think. So is it the Hierophant or is it the Blight Breath? In that case, if we are kind of black, the War Leader again, it does care about those kind of sacrifice-esque synergies. Let's go with the Blight Breath, but we do need to be conscious about all this late game. Okay, so the Omen or the Cetesian Training. It is always good to pick up an Omen, I think. And again, though, you know, I mean, nothing for us in this pack. But then again, I don't think there's anything. Regardless, we'll take the Mirror Shield. We talked a couple of drafts back about how that can be useful when you come up against the sort of venomous hierophants in the mirror. So I'm happy to have that. Okay, and here it would either be Funeral Rites, but I think Binding of the Titans is good enough for us. Plummet for the sideboard, or the Marauder, just to make sure we have got those enough creatures. Second Omen, Forerunner, and I think we can get rid of these red cards now. Okay, so is this a good deck? No, I don't think it is. I don't actually know if we have all the playables we need. The Berserker, Second Wings. Okay. So grab those 60 gems. We do have enough playables. 16 creatures, 7 non-creatures. But let's have a look. How does that actually shape up? So I hit Flylon. Actually, what does that do? And I think the answer is absolutely meh. Absolutely nothing really. we've got one sort of one enchantment aura, and that's Mantle of the Wolf. We've got lots of big game. I mean, we're not messing around up top, are we? Can we wait that long? I mean, we've got the Relentless Pursuit and the Bindings. If anything does kind of need to go into the graveyard, we've got the Omen of the Dead. Interesting. I think it's definitely better than the red build. Definitely better than the red build. Okay. Do we drop the Hateful Eidolon for a second Omen? What do we think? I almost feel like we do. I mean, we've got quite a lot of game otherwise first and second turn. So if we do that, we're going to have 15 creatures, but I think that's fine in this deck, because as soon as we do get creatures out, we're going to be powerful. Be interested to see what everybody thinks in the YouTube comments. Fancy lands just because we can. Okay. Yeah, I think this is a build, but only because we don't have options. Yeah. So hopefully Renata can get us there. Yeah. So thanks for kind of stepping in and looking at the drafting portion. It's not gone completely to plan. So it might be a really quick draft this morning. But having said that, you know, we've got some decent creatures. Let's jump in and hope we can stick around for the games themselves. I'm really excited to get back on the kind of best of one train. It's been a shame because I really did want to sort of try to rank up with Theros, but as soon as they turn it to guilds, I had a couple of goes, but you know, Oppo goes first. I'm on the draw. I can get the wings down. Enough for Renata. It's a slow format. Let's talk myself into playing it. Okay, so Oppo starts with a temple. Hopefully that wasn't a first pick for them. Okay, so I'm not going to play the swamp, because if I do, it gives them information about me having Omen of the Dead in hand. So we've got a 2-drop. It's the Stinging Lionfish. So not an exceptional card, and I can get rid of it with Elspeth next turn. So this could be a good Elspeth's Nightmare. Hopefully Oppo doesn't play Sentinel's Eyes on the Lionfish. That would be not good for us. If they play out the 1/2 flyer, I would be happy to kind of remove that from the battlefield instead. Okay, so now that they're hitting coves, I'm gonna cast it on that just because it's ever so slightly better, I think, in terms of knocking down the cost of turns on spells on my turn, which they do seem to be interested in because they are playing the Lionfish. So let's go for the Nightmare, and this will almost force our opponent to play out those auras just because they don't want me to kind of take them off them. Okay. Or maybe they won't. My turn. Interesting. So let's have a gander at their hand. See what they've got. Probably a removal spell. Or they're waiting to flash something in on my turn. I think they are. What have you got, Oppo? Okay. That's fine by me. Create 2 soldiers, gain 2 life, and get rid of the Indomitable Will. Okay, that's fine. Let's play out Renata. And pass the turn. So I get to exile a couple of cards from their graveyard. They play the Glory Bearers, or they have a removal spell for Renata. I'm not sure. Either way, what do I cast next turn? Is it the Horn Beetle? That's interesting because the Horn Beetle doesn't grow, does it? Not next turn anyway, because this won't be... Unless I pick up another small green card. Is Oppo not going to attack it? Come on. Where's the fun in that? Okay, so it's definitely not a small green card. Let's play out the Horn Beetle. And I think here we go... Equip that on Renata. And perhaps we can just attack him. Keeping up a couple of mana, we can play the Omen of the Dead if they kind of target Renata with anything that they might have. It's a weird one though. We do need that extra. We do need that extra mana to get the Colossus down. Are they going to go in with the Glory Bearers for 3? Nice. I don't mind exchanging 3s here. Past the blockers. No block. Oppo hits for 3. They do have a pause, which sort of suggests they have something, but it could be the activation of the Omen of the Dead. Okay. That's good for us. It means that we can hit down with the Nyxborn Colossus unless they have a counter spell. Okay, and because of that, it would have been a good idea to pass the wings onto the Beetle last turn, in all honesty. But Oppo's reading the cards. They might not have come across the Beetle before. They're looking at what they've got in their hand, so they have something. It's a removal spell, possibly for the Colossus or the Renata. Interesting. They've got... Oh, I see. So they cast it on my turn, which means they can tap down the Renata. That's fine. Or they're going for the Beetle, because then it's only kind of 2. No, they're going for that. Okay, so as such... Oh, do I not... Oh, interesting. Okay, so no attacks for me then. Now that is interesting. I could perhaps have gone in with 2 there, but I think no. I think keeping the Omen of the Dead activation up is going to be more important for me. So no blocks. I'm going to go down to 10. And is Oppo playing out another creature? They are, so they favour the Theros. My turn. Okay. So I think this is going to be a good turn for us. We cast the Indestructible on the Beetle. And next. Okay, that's good. So I think Okay, so they sacrifice there. They're going to scry, so they're going to be looking for something that does some sort of pump with the favoured. 2 to the bottom is quite positive for us. It doesn't gain vigilance, which is kind of one of the downers, because they are starting to get to a point now where they can do stuff on the crackback. I think Renata, though, I think Renata is fine to go in with. Or do I keep them back? I think actually I keep them back, in all honesty. So at the end of their turn, I'm going to grab back the Colossus. Pass to attackers. Hopefully they don't attack in. If they do, they've got something. Okay, so end of turn, Omen of the Dead. Grab the Colossus. Beautiful. My turn. So I think here that Oppo has something. I don't think it's a removal spell. I don't think it's a counter spell, rather. It could be Omen of the Sea. Okay. So they're using this to tap something down. The Berserker. Yeah. So it would have been... I think it's actually better for them to keep this to their turn. Okay, so... they grab the card. And as such, I think... Do I go in for... Is it going to be something that pumps this? If it does, do we care that much? Maybe not. So I think here actually... Because obviously the issue comes is if they've got another spell that they can cast instantly, if this goes in, then they tap this, and I'm just left with one blocker for potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. So I don't think it's worth it. Do I play out the land? Yes. And enter. So yeah, I think this is a instant spell. Because they looked at it. So remind me what this does. So sacrifice it. Equipped creature can't be blocked this turn. Sacrifice at the beginning of the... Sacrifice it at the beginning of the next end step. So this is... You really want to just kind of play this right at the end of the game. Okay, so a second fish gives this double strike, which we're quite well protected against. Unless they go in, then we will be a little bit concerned. I must admit. But I don't think they will. So yeah, so pass to attackers. Let's see what they do. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. So I could crack this. Do I do upkeep Omen? Maybe. So yeah, so they have an instant spell. So they're going to be tapping 2 of my creatures down. That's a really strong upkeep. Omen there. Draw. Chain Rebel Wagner. Nice. Mean. I'm going to go for the Venomous Hierophant. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Well played there, I think. So they're tapping down a couple of creatures at a time. So we're not going to be attacking in this turn. but we're very much happy for kind of the slow play. So they're actually going to go in for 2 though, which isn't the best to see. We got rid of the mantle. Okay, so nothing has vigilance, so no attacks this turn. We pass. The next turn, Oppo could be a little bit of a problem. So now they're definitely going to go in for 2 here. And I think whether or not we win the game actually goes down to how many instants they've got and whether they start to flood out at all. Okay, so they could have a removal spell, in which case I'm going to go for the Mogis. Do they have a counter? Potentially not. Let's go for the Chain Rebel Arachna. So here, actually, due to its power, it does just eat the Gull, which is nice. So we can pass on. This gets bigger. And I think now we can potentially... So we can... Nice. Do we pop in for a couple of damage there? And so what do? They tap 2 creatures. So they tap this. We've still got 3 open. Interesting. So they would have to... No, because they could just pump this and single block. I think I just start to go in with these 2. And just get Oppo to do something, really. Wow. Okay. That could actually be quite dangerous, because if Oppo doesn't have anything else in the air... Okay, they didn't have anything. Okay. So, it looks like the game plan for this deck is a very grindy one. We're not going to look at the sideboarding because we just can't, okay? But yeah, so it looks like we try and get to a board store state, and then through there we get to a board store state, and then we just try and grind out our opponents and then attack in for the win. And hopefully that's something which that can come up time and time again. Awesome. So yeah, we hope you are enjoying the content. We've been getting some really good comments through. Remember, we're on YouTube at R Gaming and Twitch at R_Dean. Anytime you can kind of pop by, help us develop the draft, we really do appreciate that as well. Sometimes people have kind of different opinions on what needs to be going in the drafts. And I need people to steer me away from that that green growth aura. Okay, so here again, I'm going to keep 7. We've got the Shadow Spear down. We don't really have any decent kind of short-term game, but okay, Oppo Mold. That's good for us. But that's good. We've got a turn 3 play. Shadow Spear's down. So not only can we get a creature in the land with Relentless Pursuit, but we also have Omen of the Dead to kind of clean up afterwards. Okay, so we're going to go for the wings. Now, a good thing about these short plays is it kind of helps us to check whether or not Oppo has any sort of removal spells. Okay, so the Favoured of Aurorus isn't exactly what we want to see. So let's play Relentless Pursuit. So this is good. So we get the Brawler, I think, and the Forest. So Oppo could go in for 4 here. Sadly, the Omen wasn't as good because Black Breath Cow is also a 6. And so it'd be really interesting to see where Oppo got the Temple of Enlightenment. It'd be great if it wasn't the pack one, pick one. If it was, you know, reasons for that is that, yeah, they were just grabbing the rare and then the rest of the deck came together. Or do they like playing white-blue? And actually, you know, they kind of always lean into that. It's an interesting one. Okay, so for me here, I think I go Soul Reaper. And then, so this needs 2 to equip. I think I wait and maybe just grab the. Actually, I want to use this on the Band Brawler. In all honesty, permanents your controls lose hexproof. Okay, let's just attach that onto that. So here the question is: do I chump? Do I trade? So they're going to attack him with both. Do I trade for a combat trick? I think I do, because I've got the Berserker next turn. Try and get as many cards out of Oppo's hand as possible. Okay. So all of these things are good for our opponent anyway. Doesn't give it trample, worth remembering. Pass to actual damage. We've got something else. Maybe they've got the Gull. I think they've either got a Gull or they've got another Indomitable Will. So because of that, I play out the Berserker. If they've got a counter spell, that could absolutely ruin me if they have. Okay. So they got the Berserker. And I pass. So this is going to be a really interesting one. Whether they flash in a Gull, I think if they don't flash in a Gull, they've got another Indomitable Will or some sort of combat trick type thing. The Blessing. The thing that gives them +2/+2. By now I should have learnt the card's name, shouldn't I? Okay, so if they attack with both, I block this one. Just because if they have another Indomitable Will, they'll pump this and it won't be good for us. Come on, Oppo, what are you thinking? Okay. So yeah, I do think they must have. So now the question is, do I trade? So they do have another Indomitable Will. If they put it on this, say these two will trade. And I might not have any attacks next turn. I have the Arachnia and the Mantle, I guess. But they'll get him for 6. If I don't, they'll get him for 12. They'll get him for 12. So I need to kind of attach the Shadow Spear next turn and do all that. If they... But if I do get one more lands, then I'm very good to go. So there's a potential that I could go down to 1 or 2. So I'd have to attach this and this. It doesn't give me... None of these give me... So I would get 9 life back. But I think I've got to be quite smart here and perhaps just get this... Oh wow, okay. Do they have anything? That could be huge if not. Ah, okay. So it's this and this, which will make it quite a nasty. I think I go. So these won't trade though, will they? Is the problem. Whereas this, put that on it, will make it a 5/6. So maybe they have something. Yeah, they do have another Indomitable Will. And because of that, I'm just going to throw out the Hierophant as well. Put a couple of cards in the graveyard. That's nice, nice. And pass. Okay, so. Blight Breath, not online yet. Would have been good to get those, just so I've got a fight spell. Because I don't think, unless they're saving this for the fight spell, which they could be. That's interesting, isn't it? But let's see what they do. So here I think I'd chuck this in front of this. My turn. My turn indeed. So that only goes down to. So I think here we see if they've got a. So they've either got a counterspell, but it was pausing when they had just the 2 mana. So I think here for me we go. Equipped the Hierophant with the Shadow Spear. So now they have a. No, they don't have an issue still. Okay, so let's go to attacks. What have they got? They've got something that flashes in. But we are going to potentially gain a little bit of life here, which would be nice. What in the graveyard would we want to get back? The Blight. Wow. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. And I think we end the turn there. Do we get a Blight Breath to try and just kind of kill this? So if they attack him with both, okay, they've definitely got another Indomitable Will, 100%, because they want me to block here, okay, but then if they hit the Indomitable Will here, they trample him for 8. This is a completely different game. Or was it the Omen of the Sea? Interesting. That's a really weird omen, unless they are just trying to, unless they're just digging. Okay, so resolve all of these good things. If they're just digging, do we just go for the Blight Breath and hope that? No, because the Blight Breath still doesn't do much, does it? We need another land, is what we need. Put for the graveyard from the battlefield. Okay. So let's see if Oppo has anything else. Okay. So let's grab something back. Maybe get the Destiny Spinner just because it's small, and if we get something else that's small. Why did they say oops? I don't know. Okay. Oops indeed, Oppo. Oops indeed. It's not looking our way. Not looking our way at all. We just need that one sort of green just to test them. Okay. So we go next. They'll crack this. Okay. So we might still be in it if they're digging. They might kind of draw a blank, and if they do, they're not going to attack him with both. If they have kind of got the enchantment, they will attack him with both. Now the question is, do I actually just go for the Arachno with the Omen of the Dead, just to get a one drop and then the mantle on the wall? It's actually a really tricky game. And I can see this being a very long draft video unless I kind of bomb out. Which I am actually in in risk of doing. Oppo's got a decent deck. Well, it's not. It's a slow deck. It's a grindy deck. And me being kind of mana deficient at the minute. Staggering Insight, okay. Nice. So they're making me have to block this, which is fine, I guess. Why are they saying oops? So the Blight Breath's not going to do anything is the problem. The Berserker potentially would. But I think if we go for the Arachno, my turn. Okay. I think for us actually though, it's about getting... So this is kind of a one shot, isn't it? I think for us though, it's about getting more creatures on the board at this point. So if this dies, we get these kind of 2/2 wolves, which does help our board quite considerably. They haven't given us a good game, which is good to see. Although what are they targeting? The Envoy, that double strike. Are they going to go in? They've got something else though. Ah, that's a pain. That is a pain. We've not seen any of their lionfishers, have we? This turn, this game. Past the blockers. First strike damage. Are they going to trade off? Wow, they did. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And the course is down. And of course, we get that. Right, so what do we want to do here? Do we want to just get the Arachne down? Kill the Envoy. I think we do, you know. I think... Although... It's not the biggest flyer, is it? What else have they got? They could have the 4/4 pigs, I guess. And this would be more mana efficient, would it? No, actually it wouldn't. So, okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just eating that. That's fine. Equipped. Equip that wolf. And do we even get damage in? Actually, I don't think we do, you know. I don't think we do. It didn't attack in. That's interesting. My turn. Binding of the Titans. Interesting. Here I think I play that on that and just go in with it. Try and draw out some blocks. Gain 5 life. Binding of the Titans. So I got rid of the lionfish. That's nice. And then I kind of guess equip this onto this wolf. And end the turn. So now I do have a decent blocker. Gain that a little bit of extra life as well. Gain the life from here. Return target creature or land card from your graveyard to your hand. So what would I grab? The Blight Breath potentially. Okay, so that's a beastie boy. Okay. And just like we had in the last game, Oppo is now kind of Oppo's now slowing down quite a lot. Exile up to 2 cards for them. We're going to go for creature cards. 2 favoured or 1 envoy and 1 favoured. Gain that 2 life. Okay, so what do we want to do here? I think it is... Is it going with this? Maybe. No, I think it's playing the brawler. Oppo's giving it the good game. I don't think it's that easy. Okay, they gave up. They ran out of gas. And I hope that's not indicative of how the rest of these games are going to go. Well, I obviously hope we win, but I mean, that was a very, very, very long game. But sometimes that's how it is. Okay. So. Cube Invader. Haha. Oppo goes first. This is a really poor hand. We can't possibly keep it. So we're going to have to mulligan. This is slightly better. We get rid of... I actually think we get rid of the Marauder, you know. I'm not massively impressed with it. Okay, so Oppo's got the red-black deck on. Could potentially be a sacrifice deck. Do I trade these off? Let's see what they play next. Okay, that's an aggressive Maya's Grasp. But then again, I guess it does get in those... Yeah, wow, nice. Okay. Oppo potentially stuck on lands. So here I play out... Here I play out the Renata. Ow. The Colossus or the Omen? The Colossus, okay. So here I trade these off because I can't keep taking 3 damage. My turn. Nice. Okay, so we grab the Omen. We grab Renata. And we play Renata out again. And that was... Oppo's been quite quick out of the blocks here, and it's not so good for us. Are they going to discard and draw? I think they need that land. They are. And they do have enough for the Rage Hound now. Do they have anything small? No. Okay, so this could be decent in that we go Mantle of the Wolf. It's a 7/7. And suddenly Oppo does need to deal with it. Final Death. Notably, this didn't get exiled, and so we do get the creatures. Okay. So we're going to go in for 2 damage, so block bomb. And let's use this on our turn. Chain Web Arachne. Is it enough? Is it enough? I don't... I guess it is. We can make sure it goes into the graveyard, I guess. Enter. So is Oppo going to play out the Rage Hound? If they do, we just keep one of these back to block it. Or are they going to try and dig with... Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Oppo doesn't attack. That's really interesting. Okay, so do I just kind of chip him some damage here? And I think I do. I'll keep this kind of in hand. How interesting. So Iroha's Blessing is nice, but you do want to kind of be saving it for creatures that are slightly tougher than just a wolf token. Okay. So if Oppo attacks, I do throw the Arachne in front of it. It's no good as a 1/2. That's not what we want it for. Okay, so they have a second one of these. I've not rated this card at all. Oh, wow. We can't play it. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. We can if we sacrifice it. We can if we sacrifice it. I kind of guess it does the same, unless they've got another kill spell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's go to combat. Let's attack him for 2. Let's sacrifice it. And cast the spider. Nice. Well, nice depending on what Oppo has here. They might be shy on black, but if they have one more final death, I think they've won the game. Okay, this feels like they've got something. But if they haven't, it's fantastic for us. Mox's Favour, perhaps? Soul Reaper, nice. Okay. Nothing I can really do here, is there? Okay, so they have that second black, so they might get kind of a Nyxborn Marauder down perhaps, or maybe they're just going to start digging with the... No blocks. Picked up an Infuriate, or... Wow. That's not good for us. That's not good for us at all. How are we flooding in this deck? How are we flooding? Sacrifice this, draw a card. Seems good. Is there anything that I've got in the deck that can get a quick win from this position? I don't know, you know. So they haven't got enough for the Rage Hound just yet. This can only sacrifice creatures. Funeral Rites is good for them. And they'll bring back the Rage Hound, nice. But if they do, they won't really have much to do with the Maze Warden this turn. Okay, I think I have to block here, don't I? So by doing this, it stops any sort of antics in getting the Rage Hound out for another turn. But they do have a second Soul Reaper. GG. Okay, so they're getting the Rage Hound out. So now it's got to be something that gets me 2 creatures. GG. Okay, not so good. And in all honesty, Oppo's deck wasn't, you know, it didn't really do too much. Now, we didn't see much flying from them, so potentially do we swap out the... No, we need something to do with our escape cards. I think I've just got to run it back. I think in terms of that, you know, it was just a weird one. We got flooded. We ran out of gas, and so what can you do? You're gonna have games like that. Okay, so play first, very much so. It's not good enough. It's not good enough at all. Say Levy. What can you do? So here we will get a strong Renata. Nice. Unless it's exiled, of course. Okay, so the target land becomes a... If we've got a removal spell for this now, we're a little bit in trouble. Maya's Grasp is good. And remember, if the card's going to exile, we can't use it for the Arachne. Do they have a second Maya's Grasp? Nice, 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 nice. Discards a card. Oppo's not too far behind with that. Okay, so here I actually think we play out the Arachne and we play out the Nightmare, just to make sure that we get something from their hand early on, And we also get rid of Croxer. So how many is this? 5 cards. They've got another 2 in the graveyard. Potentially could have waited, but you know they've got 5 mana, so you're gonna something like the Hierophant. Exactly, you can't. Funeral Rites is good. Start keeping these in hand, especially if they've got these. And so, yeah, I think I'm. Although 5, 2 in there, we'll have 3. I think I just attack in. Nice. End turn. So if we've got a land, they can play one of the enemies. Ah, no, they can get Craxer back, can't they? Ah. Nightmare. Actual nightmare. Okay. Yeah. So I take 3. Have to block. Oppo can play out an enemy of enlightenment. And yeah, they have the game. One, two, three, 4. So we're going to play out the second one here. They're not. Or maybe they will. Ah, no, it's discard, isn't it? Okay. Okay, we can't possibly win from that. So I'm more than happy to concede there. Yeah, just Oppo's deck the second time was completely different from the first time. But yeah, 1 win, 1 loss. Can't really be kind of bad beating about that loss. You know, Oppo had all the tools, and it's a really nice kind of discard deck. We should have played that land out before. But yeah, if Oppo didn't have the Hierophant, I think we'd have been well in there actually. Definitely Pikachu. Pokemon Day yesterday, of course. Was it Pokemon Week? It can't be Pokemon Week. Surely not. So maybe this very much is a sign that Growth Dance here. Okay, I can keep this. Maybe this is very much a sign that we need to be moving on to best of 1. Try and kind of freshen it up a little bit. Transcendent Envoy. Okay, so it's great to see that we picked up that 3rd mana. Would have been good if it was black though. Favour the Rairos. They can go for 1. Okay, let's see what we have from here. Great to see a Nessian Boar and a Swamp. Gain a life. And possibly no attacks. Will I trade these off? Yes, I think I will. Trade it off for a trick. Save myself 4 life. Wow. Okay, so here Go for the Hierophant. Get a few more cards into the graveyard. Nothing really that we want to get back with the Omen. Texas, okay. Interesting how they didn't attack with a favourite there. Now we've got more than enough land. Okay, so I get some 3 damage. Grab the ball. Now we're hoping that they haven't got the cards of Helios Punishment or Dreadful Apathy, something like that. That wouldn't be so good for us. Next turn we can fight something. Okay, so they're going pre-combat, I think. Now, do we want them to be drawing cards? I don't think we do. Let's see what they go for. Grove Dancer. Okay. So this might be a nice block here. Or here. We do take 4. Let's take 4. Okay. And now we've presented ourselves with quite a nice blocker. I think we fight something. I think we fight something in the air. Kind of really slow down. So that would kill that, but I think we just go in with the Hierophant here. Okay. So we're looking for Oppo to try and kill the Brawler so we can bring it back with Omen. Again, it's not the be all and end all. We might get a big enough board state just to attack in before that. But let's see what Oppo does. Are they just going to go in with the Envoy, perhaps? Okay. So here I think we get down the Beetle. And pop down a Swamp. Anything that we'd pick up? I don't think so. The Soul Reapers. The Soul Reaper's just so-so in this. So we could get in for 7, but I don't think we do. I think we just pop in with these 2. Try and get them to trade off the Brawler. That's nice. So they're going to cast a spell. Gift of Strength. Okay. Give them the nice. And so that's 6. So we can't possibly play it. So happy to end turn there. And this is potentially excellent for us for next turn, because we unless they do Hydra's Growth. No, Hydra's Growth is good for us. Hydra's Growth is good because we can get a nice little 2-for-1 here, and that's why you guys always tell me not to play it, I guess. Okay, so I don't think they have the Blessing. So let's grab this back. And we can also scry before end of turn. The Arachne is excellent. Just in case they have anything else in the air. Okay. So we're going to play down the Brawler. Fights the Envoy. Nice, because we've got the 2-for-1. We go to combat. Do we attack with everything? I don't think we do. I think we just attack with these 2 guys. Try and get a double block, or try and get another sort of spell out their hands. Go for the Chain Web. And we have lethal next turn. Remember, if we attack with the boar, Oppo has to block with whatever they have. Okay, so Nessie and Horn Beetle for them. It doesn't do much. They're going to be attacking in. They're not going to be attacking in. Interesting. Okay, so we go to combat. And they scoop because they know we had the win there. Okay. Again, we don't really have much in terms of sideboarding. We have hardly anything. So I'm more than happy to just run it back out. Oppo goes first. I think this is a mulligan. We're so close to the relentless pursuit, but we can't be... Wow. Wow, 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 look at that. Let's kick with a swamp. Omen of the Dead. Okay. Nice little one drop for them. Complete opposite of what we want to see there. So we've just given them information that we have the Omen of the Dead due to this kind of pause. Not so good. And look at that, we've got these beefy creatures here. So we could have done perhaps with playing the Omen that turn, just so we have scry value. So we will play an Omen end of combat perhaps. We do need to start scrying into something that's going to be kind of worth it for us. Do we do this pre-combat? Yeah, let's do it pre-combat. Let's just, you know, Oppo's stuck. We need to try and step on the gas a little bit here. A chain web arachnia of our own. Oh, this is awful, isn't it? We do need this land to get the boar online. Okay. Okay. And yeah. Go on, Oppo. As you were. Okay. So Oppo got their third. Oppo got their third mana, which is excellent for them. And I think here we pop down the boar. So they have something. It could be Omen of the Sun, Omen of the Hunt. Okay. Omen of the Hunt is excellent for them. It seems they're stuck on mana, so this will help them get their second white. Now, if we get Temple of Plenty, okay. So they scried one to the top. Good for them. Daxos. So that's quite a weak Daxos. Blight Breath. Okay, so we could just wipe their board here. They would, you know... Unless I attack in the air. You can't... Oh. That was quite foolish of me. Quite foolish indeed. But... No qualms there. Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made indeed. Obviously it stopped them grabbing as many cards as they potentially could have done. Let's see what they have. Another land, and I can very much take down whatever they play, save for the Arachne. Nice. So, what enchantment did they have last time? They have the Hydra's Growth. They do have the Hydra's Growth. So, this will be really interesting because if they do play the Hydra's Growth, they have to attack. They have to play it on the Daxos, and they have to attack in this turn. They don't. Oh no, they can't pick anything, can they? It has to be. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is nice. So they have something, but it's likely going to be the activation from the Omen. Can I equip this onto here? So this is better as it gives it trample. Now, am I happy for them to draw 2 cards? I think I am. I think the upsides kind of outweigh the kind of potential losses here. Unless they have something, obviously, but... they get to draw before combat resolves, don't they? Interesting. That's always a nice little... so something nice on the side. Yeah, something exactly like that. Okay, but that's fine. We kind of give them the nice... we obviously don't have to show them that we have Omen of the Dead. Okay, so now Oppo's more than well enough. No, they can't play that, of course. Forerunner is nice. Grab the ball. My turn. Okay, so so what do we have? We have 5 mana. We're kind of 1 short, aren't we? Annoyingly. Let's pass. It would be good to kind of get these with an Arachnair incoming. Okay. Okay, so they've got all the big boys. So what do we play here? This can get rid of 3. Can get rid of a 3 mana creature. We don't want this to have trample, do we? Ideally. Okay, let's play this out. Get rid of their Forerunner. And yeah, I think we have to pass the turn. Hope everyone's enjoying the stream this morning. Now remember to catch the last few days drafts on YouTube at Our Gaming. We've had some decent run of luck actually. Are they going to go for the Horn Beetle? Try and get me to... Okay, so... Okay. Skirmisher. Brilliant. Okay, what are you thinking up? Are you going to go in with this? I'd go in with the Colossus. Okay. So it's not any card, is it? So if I was to soup up the board, Oppo gets to draw loads, but I do get to get rid of so 11 worth of damage. I do get to get rid of these 2 big boys here. Is that good enough? Is it good enough? I don't know. I could play this. I could play this and just get rid of them all, actually, couldn't I? Oh, no, not that. If I play this, I get rid of all of their cards, giving me quite a big board. So I play this on this. And attacking for 10? So I have to attacking with all, don't I? But oh, I quit the both up. Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah. No, that's a good point. So let's not attack. So then they kill the envoy, but they take the damage from the trample. Yeah, that's a good point. They're going to play the Arachne now to kill this Arachne because I don't think they've got much at all. Obviously, the problem with the boar is that it gains them cards, doesn't it? And I think that's what Oppo's thinking. The reason I was leaving the kind of wings on this is I wanted it as a target almost, because I do want this in the graveyard. But now, actually, even if Oppo goes in with a Colossus, it's still a. Oh, this is actually even better for us, isn't it? Because they've left the kind of only. Oh no, they've got the Arachne here. Okay, so there's a pause, which I think is just Oppo's activation of the Omen. And this is going to be a huge swing for us, not only in terms of life, but also board state. Awesome. Brilliant. So we go for the wings on the ball. Again, the pause is probably the Omen of the Hunt. It's just a scry 2. And then we go for the Shadow Spear. It would have been excellent if we would have got another land there, so that we could have played the Hierophant out to block the Colossus next turn. Okay. So let's go in. We kill the Arachne and Oppo gets 6 damage. Hopefully. So the purpose of Oppo scrying here is to get a decent card on top so that they'll draw it when they block with the Arachne. How have you been doing, Call Trainer Brad? Okay, so Oppo draws that card. Excellent. So we're very good for life. The question being, we don't really care about the Envoy attacking in. We can kind of chump this with the Black Breath if needs be. So I think actually here I'll play the Relentless Pursuit out. So I'm assuming you're in the States. It's what time is it now? It's 7:45 here in the UK. We grab that forest and ready to go Berserker, I think. Okay, so we play the forest and we might as well play out this Arachne. End turn. Okay, so Oppo has a second Omen of the Hunt. Of note, they do have enough cards in their graveyard to get the Arachne back again. It's not going to be strong enough to beat the boar. But realistically, they do have to do that this turn. They can't attack in with the Envoy. Because all I need to do is play the Berserker, which they know I have. Okay. So in which case they more than happy to trade these off. More than happy. But I don't. So I think here they may have both forgotten about this, and if they don't play out the Arachne, they've also forgotten what the Berserker does. Okay. All of these things are excellent for us. My turn. So here, I feel that we just play out the Berserker. Again, there's a pause. It's going to be the activation for the Omen of the Hunt. Oppo, I think, has realised their mistake. And we pick up the second win. Unless they have Plummet. Come on, Oppo, don't be doing this. Take the loss. GG. Exceptional. Awesome. So, for those of you that's kind of just sort of joined in, we don't have the best deck in the world. We just wanted to get one more best of 3 in before we before best of 1 hits later today. Top game, we've got a Band Brawler, the Boar, quite a lot of kind of big beefy creatures. Renata, Mantle of the Wolf, Elspeth's Nightmare, came in awful a couple of games ago. Destiny Spinner, Binding, and then we got the Shadow Spear, which was actually our pack 1 pick 1 just because, you know, and a couple of Arachnes. Just because the opening kind of packs in the first pack that went around for everyone, I think was really poor. There was really nothing in there that was kind of noteworthy or that kind of drew us to one colour or the other. Okay. So, Cody the Bully could bully me out of the last best of 3 we play. Hopefully, anyway. I don't know if I don't know when the kind of rotation comes, whether or not the best of 1 falls out before, or whether it switches to something else. MTG love to put War of the Spark on, don't they? Okay. So Oppo's going to play first. This is another kind of poor hand. We do have a playable. We have a 1-drop and technically a 2-drop. We have all the sort of mana we want, so I don't think we can go. I don't think we go mulliganing it. It's just not ideal. Okay. Okay, no, that's not too bad. I mean, I'm happy if we have a 2 and a 3 drop. Also helps that Oppo doesn't seem to have anything. They are playing black green with us. We're just going to get a few activations on the Wings of Hubris. It kind of loves to pause on it. Okay. Go on. Grab a white. Why not? Grab something else. What colour are you splashing, is it? So, to me this suggests they might be splashing blue for a Eutropia or something like that. Okay, not the kind of card we wanted. We are going to get out the Soul Reaper though. So a very slow start for both of us. Nice card. Nice card. So, okay. So at some point we are wanting to get enough. How many cards do I need for this? Is it 4? Okay. So I'll just equip this just for the sake of using up some mana. No attacks. So what have I got? I've got two enchantments. So ideally I want my next... Okay. They're going to hit the Soul Reaper, I think. Oh, if they hit the Destiny, that's slightly better for us. Okay, Venomous Hierophant. Oppo... Okay. Oppo's going to go in for 3 here. Nothing I can do. My turn. Okay. So this is... Oh no, it would have been better for the Catoblepis previously, but not at the minute. Okay. Yeah, what do we do here? I guess we hit him for 3 back. Not an ideal situation for us at all. So the Catoblepis will only do 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. So we could have taken out the Witness of Tomorrow had it not been for that. Now, do we chump block? Do we chump block? That is a good question. So actually, if we pop the wings on this, we're hitting them for 5. It's not insignificant, but to do that, I will need all of the mana I kind of have left. Let's chump with this. I mean, the 1/2 is not doing anything kind of here, is it? So we have 1 card in the graveyard. I mean, if Oppo wants to race. If Oppo wants to race, they very much can race. Okay, so let's equip the Berserker. Again, they've got pauses, but it can be just for these kind of activations. Now we'll see if they are running a mainboard Plummet, which we kind of hope to God they're not. Okay. Why wouldn't they have a flash flying 4/5 bomb? Why wouldn't they? They're going to trade them off though. Interesting. Okay. Not the end of the world for us. It does make our Catoblepis a little bit weaker. Neither the Hidden Coves. Okay, so they're going to go in for 6 this turn. Presumably. They scried 1 to the top. So they hit me for 6. They don't. Okay. Omen of the Dead. Omen of the Dead is quite good. It is quite good. What I think I might do here is hit them for 5. Nothing really I can do in all honesty, is there? I could play out the Catoblepis, kill the Hierophant, and go in for 5 of Trample. I think that's the way to go. So all's not lost just yet. Do we go in with both now? Actually, they just chump, don't they? They do, yeah. So yeah, all's not lost. If we're able to get the Arachnid down, okay, so there is the Eutropia that we kind of predicted that they were going to have. That we just hate to be right sometimes. Okay. Now, let's see if they attack. Because if they attack, it is quite meaningful. Okay. So, my turn. Okay. So I think we do need to get rid of this Eutropia, right? I think we're kind of all in agreement there. So what should we do? Should we just kind of attack in? So we do represent lethal, and so I think we attack him with all, and I could be quite coy and get the Arachnia back just to present a block, but let's see what Oppo Let's see what Oppo does first. I'm gonna swing with all. Give them some options. Okay, they went for the Catoblepus. Now that is interesting. I think I'm gonna play the Omen out and grab the Destiny Spinner for the sole reason that it's mana efficient, and no matter what they play now, they can't really attack, right? Because I can just equip the Hubris onto something. Nice. So they're going to have to grab something here. And whatever it is, it does have to kill the Forerunner. I think, anyway. Yeah. Okay. And also... No, actually... Okay, Island Philosophy is not going to be good enough. We'll give them the GGs. see if Oppo sees the line of play. Because oftentimes, actually, the kind of second component of the Wing of Hubris is easy to miss. So, what I assume they're not going to do, I assume they're not going to attack just to kind of hold this back as a blocker. Awesome. So, great to see Renata there as well. But what we do is we equip the Wings of Hubris, and then we just double check. So if we sacrifice it, equipped creature cannot be blocked this turn. So we do that. Next to attackers, and we go in for lethal. Awesome. So we were able to turn that game around. Excellent to see. I mean, it's been weird lately in terms of I haven't been able to. Haven't always been able to. There we go. So, Fricks is huge. They've got the Eutropia, and they've got the Witness Tomorrow and the kind of Warbright's Blessing. And sadly, I don't really have any sort of sideboard cards to help me deal with this. So, the Wings did come in handy. Do we go for 2 wings? I think 2 wings is overkill. I really do. Unless, but then again, we've got quite a lot of big creatures. What would we substitute it for? Would we? No creatures. We're quite an Omen. Nah, because we've got so many good creatures to get back. I think we don't mess with the deck. I think we just rerun it back out. We've got 2 chances to pick up this win, which is exactly what we want. Okay, Oppo could be doing some serious sideboarding. Or a bathroom break. But yeah, so we've had some decent matches this morning. It was a shame that we picked up that loss in game 2. Oppo was playing for those of you that kind of didn't catch it, Oppo was playing a black-red sacrifice deck. They had everything. They had Kraxos. They had 2 Enemy of Enlightenments. I essentially just never had a card in my hand, which was obviously problematic when you're trying to play Magic. You can't really play if you don't have cards. So Oppo's over a minute into their sideboarding. Hopefully they've sideboarded into a completely different deck. Okay. So here we go, we're back on. And not ideal at all. Oppo goes first, so we are on the draw. Binding of the Titans might be helpful for us. Does this come? It goes into our hand. But then again, we could hit. Okay, I'm gonna have a tentative keep. It's probably the wrong keep. Surprise bonus land. Okay, so Oppo with the 2-drop, the Temple Thief. Blight Breath for myself. Boom, boom, and boom. Well done, everyone. We expect them to have an Omen of the Dead, though. Chamber of Arachne. Ah, no, it doesn't matter Omen of the Dead because I can exile it. So they must have the Omen of the Dead now. That's a really wasteful Warbriar's Blessing. Did they think this was Elspeth's Nightmare, perhaps? Surely that's the only reason for them to play the Warbriar's Blessing out. They mistook this for... Yeah? Perhaps. Okay. So, we get the Arachne back next turn. Yeah. Okay, so we haven't really got a 4-drop anyway, right? So we need to play out the Arachne. It puts us in a little bit of a messy situation. But... Okay, so we only really have the Utopia to worry about. There it is. Right on cue. But we do have the Blight Breath. So this is all looking quite good for us. I think what I'm going to do is play out the... So there's no point playing this on this as it can't block, right? So I think I'm going to play out the Boar. I would have played a black creature if I had the option. So any black creature, just in case they pop a counter on this. But what I think they're going to do, I think they're going to pop a counter on this. And if they can at all, and attack in. The Blight Breath next turn. Okay, so let's see where they put the counter. If it's Utopia, that's not so good for us. Okay. More than happy to trade these two off. Anytime I can get the Arachne in the graveyard is good for me. Okay, so Destiny Spinner. I can take both of those out, but. So that's not flying at the minute, so there's no point even thinking about it. Do I go for this and the mantle? So we need... Actually, let's play this out because then that gets trample. Takes 2 of their creatures. I think I'm happy with that. I think. So Oppo looks like they have some... Or did they just check their... They possibly just checked. Okay. And now... We're not in an ideal state in terms of we need to get rid of this Utopia. But... You know, it's not the end of the world. We've got the Mantle of the Wolf and that's going to be huge. In fact, we do have lethal next turn if Oppo attacks with the Utopia in the air. That could be interesting. So what do we have in the graveyard? We need 1 more card to get the Arachne back. Okay. This is interesting. So Oppo's giving themselves the option to attack, but they can't possibly think that they'll take 15 anyway, right? But the thing is, if they don't attack, they will lose the Eutropia, so... Okay, so two on top. So is it a playable? Soul Reaper. Okay. So, they've gone in for the attack. No, they're not. Okay, they are. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, so in this case, what have we got? Do I just stick the mantle on the Forerunner and attacking? I think I do. I think that's the right play, right? Yeah, it must be. It must be. I think I'm a couple of damage short. Let's stick out the Beetle. Start getting that pumped. And we attack him. So Oppo goes down to 2. They do obviously draw that card. Beautiful. And Oppo needs to sweep the board now. If they don't, they're in trouble. They are in trouble. Okay, so it's testing training. Not exactly what we want to see there. Is Oppo just going to attack in? I think they will. Perhaps give them the GGs. Nice. Okay, so they lost the Hydra's growth as well. And here there's absolutely nothing that Oppo can do, so they will scoop. Excellent. Really great to see. And just like that, we are back on the road to victory. This was going to be quite a short draft this morning, but it has... Okay, Arlen, nice. Yeah, it was going to be quite a short draft, but it has kind of gone on quite a while. We've picked up 3 wins, 1 loss, so this is probably going to be our only draft this morning. For those of you that's kind of joined, we've got a very kind of heavy, top-heavy game: Mantle of the Wolf, Renata, the Boar, Forerunner, and the Band Brawler, and then we've got the kind of wings and the Shadow Spear and a little bit of recursion at the kind of bottom end. Also the bindings to get something back. Awesome. So let's jump back in. Obviously, I think we learned the other day that the games you get matched against harder opponents as you progress and you kind of pick those wings up going to a higher bracket. I think that was the case. Okay, so let's definitely play first. Oh, this is a little bit of a nightmare hand, isn't it? So we do have the Destiny Spinner, but it's not. I mean, what do we do here? I think we mulligan. I mean, we are what, like 70% chance to pick up that third land. But what do we do with that third land? We haven't really got anything to play. Let's mulligan. Okay, a little bit better. So we're going to keep 6, but we're going to get rid of the Colossus. Play out the forest first, because if we play out the swamp, then our opponents know that we have a Omen of the Dead. Okay. So again, we'll play out the second forest and pass. Elspeth's Nightmares is going to be good on the Wayfarer. Unless they play a second Wayfarer, then no, okay. Okay, so here we get rid. So they do have. Okay. So this could. Oh, really? Okay, that's yes. We thought they would have the Indomitable Will. Yeah, no. So that's what I heard as well. Which is good, right? But obviously it makes things a lot more exciting in the long run. Okay, so decent decent hand for our opponents. Not so good for us, however. So Wings of Hubris. Okay. It was interesting that Oppo didn't equip before they attacked in here in the first round, but obviously it paid off for them. So we were talking earlier, right at the start of the draft, about how Elspeth's Nightmare just kind of goes up and down in our estimations. Okay. So we did need that. So let's play out the Forerunner. We can potentially kind of get back, but we will need. Okay, we will need another mana, and we really need to save this for when they play the Archon. Okay. So if Oppo goes in, these can't trade. Notably. Past the blockers, we will get rid of the Glory Bearer, however. And it's not looking good for us in our last match. Okay, Berserker. It's got to be. Yeah, thanks everyone for kind of stopping by. It's morning time for me, but I know a lot of you are kind of from the States. Remember to catch us on YouTube at iGaming and on Twitch at r_Dean. If you like and subscribe and all that lot, that's always appreciated. Okay, so what do we do here? I feel like we pop the wings on just to offer it up. Cast the Arachne. And keep Omen of the Dead. There's nothing in our graveyard for the 2 mana, and we can pass. So one good thing for us is that Oppo has run out of steam, but they're attacking him regardless. Okay, they might have the blessing which gives +2/+2, and if they do, you know what can you do? They don't. Okay, so they get to return that, which they will probably play. Okay, so they've buffed that up. That's interesting. Pegasus. Okay, so I need to play this out, don't I? There's no way we can win here, though. There's no way we can win here. Get the Arachne back, I guess, just because it's cheap. And let's see. So yeah, we can't possibly win, and I don't really want to show Oppo more than we need to. So let's kind of take stock at what they've got. They've got the Archon, got a little bit of recursion synergy. Okay, so I think we're happy to concede. And we go into what's potentially our last game of the morning. We're going to be, what day is it? So it's Friday for me. We're going to be streaming quite a lot of the weekend. So I hope you can catch more of it. And as always, the YouTube videos will be kind of up by the end of the day. Maybe do a few hours of best of one, I guess, since it's coming back this afternoon. Disaster. Okay. That's better. We can, again, sadly we've got to get rid of the Colossus. We can play out the Swamp. We can indicate to them that we don't have Omen of the Dead. Okay, so this could be slightly better for us. Remember, they are playing blue as... Wow, okay. That's aggressive. Soul Reaper. That's really aggressive, actually. So okay, so they don't have much in the way there. Okay, so I think here I'm just going to play out the Arachne, play out the wings, and just equip the wings, just because, you know, try and use all of our mana. Obviously, we've got no cards in hand, which is bad for us. Now this is exceptional because we can use Elspeth's Nightmare to its probably greatest degree. It stops them getting incremental life gain, and also we can pop in for 3, and it puts the pressure on our opponents now to get as much of the so they did grab their blue. Okay, not ideal for us is the itchy fish. My turn. Okay, so Stern Dismissal. So they do have the Archon. That's kind of noteworthy, and they can play the Archon next turn, can't they? So let's play out down the Marauder for now, and we can attack in with the Arachne. Okay. So the Archon's down. Beautiful. So what do we do here? I feel like the correct play is is it actually to to offer in the trade, because they're not gonna trade with this, are they? They're gonna check to see I haven't got that many cards. Oh, they are trading with it. That's interesting. That's really interesting. They must have some sort of buff spell. They must do. Okay. So we pop down the Venomous Hierophant. Not too bad to lose those. And now actually Oppo has to buff the Archon, because if they don't, we can just... Okay. Now, do we potentially fall for the trap? Do they have something in hand? I think it's worth going for it, right? Do they fight? No, it just deals damage, doesn't it? I think it's worth going for it, because if we can pull it off, it's going to be huge. And if not, we get the trick out of Oppo's hand and it's not going to be a surprise. No, we did it. Excellent. So, Oppo scoops. Brilliant. So we're able to very much kind of get back from that. So the dream is alive. Yep. It's kind of like a bit of a cognitive dissonance. Every time I see the deck to sideboard, I realise that actually we only just drafted enough playables, so I can't really do anything about it at all. But yeah, no, it was an awesome run of play. Oppo, I think, made a mistake by blocking. Okay, so this is a decent hand for us. Okay, awesome. I think getting the Horn Beetle out is going to be better for us here. Noteworthy is Oppo's got 44 cards in their library right now. That's interesting. What have you... Really? Mystic Repeal? Stern Dismissal? Okay. Okay, Oppo. Captivating Unicorn? Okay, this is positive for us. We can run out the Renata, which is going to be nice. The Blight Breath at the minute is quite Nice. Do we trade both off? Just to get rid of it. Well, everybody, thank you for joining in for the stream today. Wow. I mean, obviously you can't mock Oppo for what they're doing here. It's really good. I mean, let's see. Let's not get too downhearted about it. I think here I think I've played the Omen of the Dead. I don't really have any sort of board sweepy type things. Play the Omen, play out the Renata, and yeah, let's see. So Oppo goes in for 5. So I am on a 3-turn clock now. Itchy fish on the Renata. All the good things, of course. Okay. So the question is, what have I got in the deck that could be of any use at all? And I don't think the answer is anything. I really don't. Cataplepus and the Band Brawler not going to be useful here. I think I pop out the Grove Dancer, pop out the Beetle, and kind of go in with the Soul Reaper. Try and get a little bit more action going. It's evident that the race is not on. So it definitely fights. Okay. So have they got another creature here to potentially... Wow. Okay. Okay, I've... Now, the question is, do I try and get a... No. No, I don't. That's just going to be too coy, I think, and I don't think it would pay off at all. So, having said that, let's move to combat and get 3 damage in. See, we're putting up a fair fight, aren't we? But so yeah, so I'm gonna start saying my goodbyes now, everyone. Thank you for everybody that's kind of tuned into the stream this morning. Really appreciate the kind of the traffic and all the comments and whatnot. Nice. Yeah, so I've been Dean from Our Gaming. You can catch us on YouTube at Our Gaming and also on Twitch at R_Dean. Yeah, let's pop the Cataplepus down. So yeah, so we've played, I think this is about the 16th draft or 15th draft that we've done. Thank you very much for the follow, XL. Yeah, so I think this is about the 15th draft that we've done. But as of the kind of... they've literally got the world, haven't they? But yeah, so as of kind of tomorrow, we're going to be kicking off with getting back on the best of 1 train, I think. Okay, and we'll give our kind of opponent the respects and let them go in for, what is it, 12 or so. Give them the GGs. So yeah, if you are interested in kind of following us, please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll get quite a lot of content up for you within the next couple of weeks. There's plenty of videos on the YouTube channel for you to catch up on. My highs and lows just far. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and hopefully we can catch you on another draft again soon. Bye bye.